Waco, Texas, 1979. Young love was just budding, and then it happens. Les and Ann, and soon to be Rachel.
On the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone.
Being a very young couple, having me at the age of 18, the marriage struggled. They soon welcomed my sister Grace into the world a few short years later. I loved her fiercely. Their tumultuous relationship strengthened ours. I was determined to love my sister despite any of the struggles that our family was facing. She was with me everywhere. And soon came the time that my parents decided to part ways. My mother soon remarried, and we moved up the I-35 corridor to Italy, Texas, a small one-horse town, now a small one-streetlight town in North Texas. We became a blended family with my new stepdad and new stepsister. I was unhappy but found great resolve in playing sports. We soon welcomed a new baby sister, Sarah, and I kept playing on and on despite my tiny stature, and my love for books deepened and deepened. I was determined to read every book in my elementary school library, which I accomplished. As I got dorkier, I got more determined. As I grew out of my junior high dorkiness, I threw myself into my high school career. I knew my way out of Italy, Texas, was to earn the highest level of accomplishments that I could in academics and sports. I played every sport that my high school offered and became a captain of every team. I participated in almost every organization at my school and held an office and such. I enjoyed my time at Italy High School. It taught me how much I could push myself. The graduation came, and it was time to go. Despite having spent much of my high school career as an athlete, I made the jump into performing arts. The new love of my life was the stage, and soon after leaving McLennan County Community College, I made the trek down to Austin, Texas, the only place I wanted to be if I had to be in Texas, quite honestly. Get down. Pull me closer if you think you can hide. Things were going wonderful in Austin. I was about to start school at the University of Texas at Austin, had a great boyfriend, and all of a sudden, things came to a halt. I was pregnant. And there she was, my beautiful daughter, Sydney Grace. I loved her fiercely, and I was determined to do everything I could to provide the most happiest of childhoods for her. I knew things weren't going to be easy. I remembered my own childhood and the difficulties that my young parents had, and soon history was to repeat itself as her father and I got a divorce as well. And then there I was, a single mother in Austin without my family and no support system. I had to find a way to give Sydney Grace the best life that I possibly could. It wasn't easy, and times were hard. I often felt alone and scared and didn't know what to do. But one day I woke up and realized I knew exactly what I had to do. It was time to go back to school. And so I did. I enrolled at Texas State and received my teaching certification with a bachelor's in science. had to dig deep, but I did it. I became a teacher, and I immediately started working with at-risk youth. I loved it. I loved being effective to students that hadn't had a chance before. I loved being a traditional teacher, or not so much. And as I did well in the classroom, I worked my way up in my career, becoming an administrator and then a regional director for schools. And then love found me, and it happened. I found the man of my dreams, Nathan Schmidt. We'd known each other for some time before we started dating, but I loved him, and he loved me back, and we got married. Soon we were expecting our son, Ethan. We couldn't have been happier. And then he was here, a sweet little boy, and I had my complete family, Sydney, Ethan, Nathan. And now it was on to the next chapter. I left the administration world and moved into corporate education. I haven't been happier in my life. I have my family. I have a job where I work with at-risk youth across the nation. I lead professional development, and I'm climbing that corporate ladder as a new woman leader within my company. So watch out, world. I'm determined. Beware. Here I come.